The Panthers Poundcast is for entertainment purposes only. The opinions expressed on the show are solely those of the presenters and in no way reflect the views of the Panthers organization.
Listener discretion is advised.
You got it.
This is Panthers Poundcast.
But we gotta start the show right.
Start the show. I didn't know where we were going. Fuck me, running tits, balls, ass.
Welcome to Panthers Poundcast.
What's welcome? Bienvenidos.
Welcome.
Saturday.
El welcome.
Yeah, Saturday edition.
Welcome.
Booyah!
Fuck you. No one knows.
Post preseason game
Number 3.
number 3.
New England Patriots.
Well, you two went last night.
We sure did with
did.
Linda, who's happy.
Let's hear about that experience. How was the first home preseason game of the year, boys?
I'll tell you one thing we enjoyed. Endless soda, right outside Section 549, right outside.
Are
our
you
shit.
kidding me?
Dude,
Right
there's
there.
it's right out of.
And there's one every 2
Let's get
blocks.
this out of the way.
So there's not the line?
No.
No, I've got a review. Okay.
Okay.
There's never going to be a line for soda.
There's so many.
I mean,
Refreshment zones.
and the place was pretty much packed last night to the gills.
And it's $8.99?
$8.50.
$8.50.
No tax.
Yes.
Shit.
Are
Same
they-
price as a game day.
They have the we got a Starlet's Hula Cup. I'm imagining each game they're going
Had
to
the player
present
on the
a
ticket.
different. Right,
He
exactly.
was on the ticket.
That's it. So that's how it's hooked
that
up.
makes
so
them
now you got
collectible.
right.
Oh, shit.
And for somebody who's got a little problem, I'm drinking unsweet tea with the sugar.
He's got the beatus.
I got the beatus in my fetus. They have sugar-free options, Diet Pepsi and the
Orangeade,
sugar-free
lemonade.
Orangeade on half of them and the other half lemonade. So there actually is some variety. Plus, you could always just fill up on ice and eat a cup of ice or hit the water fountain and fill that up.
The
And that felt
concessions were
real
much
good
more-
walking
they were
out of
cool.
there.
The concessions were better.
They're definitely more
And you know,
contained.
with the
Stadium
yeah,
looks great.
With the refreshment zones, I would think that the line for like Bojangles and hot dogs and all that would be shorter too, because you're cutting out the
And
people
all
that
that's
just
more
want
compact
drinks.
because they
Right.
put it all together now. It says burgers, fries,
Now,
pretzels, hot
Only
dogs.
problem, the condiment area. They did not keep the napkins full, and apparently, at one point where I was there, a guy got pretzel and couldn't get cheese for his pretzel. So there was some vending issues. But otherwise, I mean, this is the first game
So
of
you
the
never,
year.
you didn't get any napkins, is what you're saying.
I didn't get any
that
napkins.
was-
No,
And he is a sloppy bitch.
I am.
He is a bitch.
So
Sloppy?
you guys
Not so much. A bitch? Definitely.
Just kidding.
Yeah. So you guys went. I unfortunately had a 14 hours of plane rides in the last 48 hours. So
White
was-
people problem.
yeah,
First world
I had to
issues.
fly out to California. But you guys went. What was the experience of the game like?
It sucked.
Yeah, I mean...
You can see some of their live updates over at the Facebook.
Yeah, we actually had the free ticket to give away, but I think we should talk about that off camera about some sort of specific promotion if we ever happen to capture an extra ticket for
Okay.
one of the games.
Cool.
Story.
As people start watching this podcast, track us down, find us, and that's part of it. They want a
We're
free
not
ticket to the
podcast
game.
anymore.
What's that?
We're not really a podcast anymore.
What are we
We
now?
always fight
We're
about
like a
this.
YouTube show.
Oh, Jesus Christ. When the hell did that happen?
Well, we didn't.
I'm
We stopped
completely
recording
unaware.
this audio. See, this
Just
microphone is a
YouTube
total
people?
prop.
It is a problem.
He just-
How about that?
I had no idea. personally.
I've never paid attention.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I just show up here.
Well, welcome, YouTube.
Where are we?
We're
Yeah.
a YouTube show.
Okay, cool.
Fuck, dude, I thought we were doing something.
We're
Yeah, we're not SoundClouders. We're YouTubers.
We'll talk about that off air too, all promotion, all that shit. Everything aside, as far as the game, we got in and I don't know, man. I didn't think it hurt as bad because we've been to stinker games. We've seen them when they played this. This was reminiscent of Jimmy Clausen, and it sucks because we haven't seen a game like this as Panthers fans for how long?
Super Bowl.
quite a long time.
Right, exactly. Almost had the Super Bowl.
It's 6 months.
Yeah, so
We were right there. We blew a lot of opportunities. Shit penalties every.
the Pats didn't beat us. Pats fans are going to be assholes no matter what. Most of them were actually pretty decent.
But you can't say that. Like, you can't take it away from them. The Pats are a good team, and they
set it down, man. Tom Brady comes out there and hiccups and scores a touchdown. I'm like, I like seeing that. I understand why they love that guy.
I mean,
Carter Coleman drops a pick. Kuechly drops a pick.
Oh.
Dixon
drops a touchdown.
Norwood
drops a mostly
Ginn.
touchdown. Ginn. I mean, fuck me, guys. Yeah, help Cam out a little.
Yeah.
Jesus.
On the good side, Funchess looked really good. He looked sharp,
Cam
and if
sucked
he's
too,
not
though.
going to be a starter...
You can't say that Cam had a good game.
No, he sucked all
No.
He was sailing passes the way that he has in previous preseasons. But honestly, I was telling you this last night. That's why I'm not worried. Is we've seen Cam do this in the preseason before.
Yeah.
We lost to the Patriots last preseason.
Yep.
So this doesn't mean anything.
No. You got to remind
serve
yourself.
as a wake-up call.
Right.
But other than that, it doesn't mean anything
Right.
other than giving them fuel to try and go into this season and put up the same kind of season they did last year.
Tackle and fuel.
Tackling
fuel.
I mean, Joe Webby came in and put in a good performance. DA looked like shit, too.
Yeah,
we left before we had they scored those last 2 touchdowns.
Funchess did have a good run on that 3 in a row.
Jay Stu had a good run. Kuechly had some hellacious tackles.
Oh, yeah. Shaq Thompson played well.
Shaq Thompson played well.
The one thing that I will say about both Funchess and Benjamin had a pretty down game.
Right.
But at the same time, some of the grabs that I've seen him and Funchess making, they don't catch the ball as much as they just grab it out of the air. I mean, it is...
Right.
It's not like they're catching it with their chest, like
big.
many of the young receivers are prone to doing.
That last Benjamin completion was 2 feet over his head, and he snagged that fucker for sure 11 or whatever it was.
Yeah. But that's also how the second interception happened, too. So.
Well, that wasn't our guy. That was one of the
That pump fake fooled everybody, and Cam just fucking choked. Dixon, fuck.
And that's the thing.
Right there, I could have thrown that pass to you.
I was watching it on TV, and Cam escapes 2. I was sure he was going to get sacked. I was absolutely sure. He gets away, and then it's a 5-foot toss to Ed Dixon, on the money. Ed Dixon just
Yeah, it was right there.
Ed Dixon's going to come into our Jibba Jabba later. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Anyways,
I see where you're going with this.
Yeah, you do.
Big dicks.
Ron Rivera was his presser didn't seem like.
No panic.
No panic. He was like, you know what? It's actually
Cam's
good.
Hat says
Everybody's
no
right there. Yeah, Cam's hat says tons of other things. This is written around the back here.
No panic though.
Yeah, no, there's nothing to panic about. It's a preseason game. Don't get ahead of yourself. We are exactly in the spot where we need to be, just not executing.
I mean, props to the
it's
2s and 3s
preseason
though,
game.
for playing
it's all good.
Dave Mayo, Joe Webb, Marcus Lucas catching 2 TDs.
Yep.
We have the best linebackers in the league.
Oh yeah.
From top to bottom.
We say it almost every week, and it's true every week.
Klein can start on half the teams in the league.
Sometimes we lie, but we don't.
He got banged up. I'm Turner and Remmers. Norwell.
Yeah.
Hurt, a little
Shoulder
banged up.
and an ankle.
Get well soon, especially Trey. We need you.
Skiffers.
Skiffrez.
He's hurt too.
Skeefies.
Cyphries?
The fucking guy who did the 12-yard punt.
Yeah. Twice.
It's funny. The Pats, like I said, did not beat us. We just beat ourselves.
I like your denial. I'm gonna go with it.
No, I mean, look, they won. I get it. I'm just saying it wasn't like they're awesome. Like, Pat's defense is going to be beast this year.
You know what, though, still, I'm going to have to go back to Ted Ginn. He dropped 4 passes or some shit.
He really did.
And some of them were just ridiculous. And what the fuck?
Fozzie had a good run.
The one thing I was concerned about is Cam, in a little bit of a way, is still trying to force it to KB. Like, when he can't find somebody else, he's just going to toss it up to KB. And that caused the interception last night.
The chemistry and the timing will get there.
Yeah, there was a lot of shit route running.
It actually is a positive.
And especially on that first missed pass, the first sailed pass by Cam to Benjamin. After the play, you could kind of see that Cam was expecting him to go in a different direction.
Ginn missed a lot of routes. I'm just mad. We got to do better, guys. And we will do better.
It was sloppy.
It was
just
better.
Sloppy.
It's just, first game back at home, we want to see a little something better than that. Damn.
Yeah, it's like first Panthers of the season in action at home.
What was the energy like?
It was good at first. It died pretty fucking quick. Stayed dead for all the time.
I heard there were a lot of Pats fans too.
Oh, but I don't think that was really a factor.
It was a huge.
There were a lot of Panthers
I like to call
fans.
the Brady sluts.
Yeah.
Lots of Brady sluts.
I found other mixed couples. I posted on
Mixed couples.
Panthers Pats couples, and then I got a little kid to dab on my Patriots loving wife. That's on the Facebook.
The only revenge that the Panthers
was-
got on Linda is the endless soda made her nauseous.
The Mountain Dew, man. She just like her head was gonna explode.
That was the
or
only
something.
victory for the Panthers yesterday.
It was a win-win for me because she's really happy and she enjoyed it and she got to yell and cheer for her team.
That doesn't make me feel better.
It's a preseason game. Let it go. I'm happy.
Linda
My
is
wife's
my
happy.
favorite Patriots
I
team.
think we're going to be really good. I'd like to see. We were talking.
Syphilis is my favorite STD.
You gotta
Get hit by a train is my favorite way to die.
Well, shit. I guess that's that about that game. Not much to talk about. We need to improve. Go to hell, Patriots. You still suck and we hate you. We'll see you in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we'll see you in the Super Bowl.
We will see you in the Super Bowl. I know you're going to be there, you shitface. Tom Brady, piece of shit. We'll see you there.
Just thinking about the Super Bowl, do you guys even think the Broncos are going to make the playoffs this year?
Yeah, just because their division's ass.
I don't know. I think
Pats have been doing the same thing for
Raiders
10
might take
years.
that division.
Maybe.
I really do.
I picked the Raiders as one of the teams that could possibly beat us this season.
Me too.
Fuck them.
I think that the Raiders are a team that a lot of people are underestimating.
Including me.
To be fair, I don't think that there's a team in this league that we could say that Mike's like, oh, we'll lose to them.
We're better than everyone. And we know it. We're Globo Gym.
Globo Gym, man.
We're better.
They came in second at the end of the movie.
We're not talking about the end of the movie, Carlos.
talking at that
Talking
part.
about the catchphrase. We're better than you and we know it. That's the end of fucking reference. God.
Oh, God, my notes! It has one note on it.
Do you have any other NFL news that you'd like to discuss?
His notes.
Then weren't you talking about somebody about a third round or something or another?
Oh, no, the third overall pick, Joey Bosa for the San Diego Chargers. He might just sit out the entire season so that he doesn't have to play.
So you said this happened before with Philip Rivers and Eli Manning refused to
LaDainian
play.
Tomlinson, Sean Merriman.
So what happened in all those other situations? They just accepted whatever? Or
They held out for a while and then accepted the deal, but I
Right.
don't think anybody's ever taken it this far.
The other show I was listening to said that they had never had anybody actually do what Bosa's doing, though. This is the first time ever.
Pretty much.
They even releasing official...
Well, here's the thing.
He's been watching ballers.
And this
like
is-
that guy hanging out of the combine.
That's what it
Hey,
is.
here-
He needs freaking Spencer.
One of my understandings of the reason that this is different is, unlike a lot of NFL players, Joey Bosa comes from a pretty well-off family. He can afford to sit out for a year.
Right.
A lot of people that come into the NFL, they're leaving college early because they have bills to pay. Like, they have to...
this is
they're
the...
trying to improve their lives.
Right.
Like, a lot of NFL players come from the not nicest of places. And that's not the case for Joey. So
I said during the football
maybe it's-
draft that this was like winning the lottery for so many of them. But Bosa's not in that situation.
Well, he knows that he could sit out and then go to another team next year. But the problem that I have with his logic is, if you sit out for an entire year,
Right.
don't play for an entire year.
Right, that's what I mean.
Do you
After
think you're
playing-
going to go third overall again?
Right. Where are you going to play?
No, but he's not. He's going to sit.
I figured out something about this guy.
What?
I hate him.
Already?
Because I didn't know who he was till today, because you mentioned him to me.
Yeah.
And everything I've heard about him so far makes him seem
He
like
went third
sucks.
overall. He's the highest non-quarterback
good.
out of the
I mean,
draft.
he's a
Apparently
good
he's like,
pass
he's the
rusher.
beast. I'd take him.
But
He's not that good, because I don't know who he is.
but
So,
you don't know anything about college football.
And
But
he-
then I also
he
heard
hasn't proven shit. 'Cause he's not a pro yet. So fuck him. He literally is not a professional football player.
It has nothing to do with the game itself. It's all the politics of actually getting to play this game and
Well,
getting
I
paid.
have one thing that bridges this whole thing back to the Panthers. We
Good.
play San Diego and we're going to fucking kill you. So, anyways, moving on.
Without Joey Bosa.
How about some inspiring figures coming to visit the Panthers this week?
Oh, yeah?
How about Peanut Tillman?
Nice.
Peanut coming in and teaching the young guys the peanut punch.
And his Panthers gear too, man, looking fly.
Nice.
And,
That's a good idea, man.
the peanut punch also started a fight.
Yes. Devin Funches took the peanut punch to the neck
Yeah, and he was
By
not happy.
number
by
26.
Randy Orton.
Worley.
Friends with him.
Worley. We need some sort of angry sort of something to say every time Worley does something wrong this year.
I'm not angry at Worley. I think that he's going to be a baller once he actually grasps what we're trying to do. Because
Right.
he's a physical guy.
Did you see that one where he like jumped at like that sack, almost sack, and he ball slapped that guy in the face? Was it Garoppolo? He ball slapped him in the head just with his wiener. He just nailed him right in
Yeah,
the
I saw that.
Did
Did you see?
He
Did you
slap
see
Garoppolo?
Coney Ely jump over Tom Brady, or
Yeah.
was that Jimmy Garoppolo?
No, that was Ely over Brady.
That's awesome.
They used like giving him the old butt fanning. Is what it was. It was very
The butt
disrespectful.
fanning.
We highly approve of any.
Yeah, and I saw Blunt hurdle one of our players
And
too.
just
that was an illusion.
one other note, like
It's
he's still
it's a learning experience.
he's still incredibly raw, but did you guys see the way that James Bradbury tackles?
Oh, he's mean.
It is a perfect textbook tackle. Like he hits hard and he hits strong and he wraps up. He's a
I still
great
feel he's
hitter.
in the best position of all our guys all the time.
Absolutely.
Like so far,
Yeah,
he's
he was
Still
in a lot of
really
stuff.
raw. I mean, he's played
Right, you can see
3
that.
preseason NFL games.
Exactly.
Give him a year. Like I'm not expecting him to come in and be Josh Norman because Josh Norman didn't come in and be Josh Norman.
I bet
It
you
took
he'll
him
develop
years.
faster because what? It took Norman 5 years.
I've read articles saying they feel he has a higher ceiling than Norman ever did.
Exactly. And I see that. I can see that already.
And I say that I still love Josh Norman. Like even all the shit he talks, like he represented Charlotte, he represented the Carolinas throughout his entire football career up until this point.
He calls a dictatorship against freedom in Washington, the dictatorship here, run by Ron Rivera, who does have a military background, correct?
Right.
But
Right, his family and all that
took shots
stuff.
at the whole organization. I feel though, because he was talking about how the locker room is set to be Cam and Luke's show, and his endorsements were held back, and they took. It's basically saying they took money out of his pockets. That's an accusation.
Well, here's my thing.
See,
is
it's
like,
attention.
how
What's
can you-
attention?
How can an organization hold you back from privatized endorsements?
Well, and another thing he said is like, I feel like everyone can say what they want here in Washington. Well, you also never win any games, so it's just like a music group. You can't have too many hands in the pot. I mean, there's leaders, there's people who run shit, and then there's people who are the worker bees, and you
Exactly.
You can be an
like a
important-
chessboard.
That's
to
how come
fill
there's
your
a fucking
piece.
coach. Why is Ron Rivera the coach? Because there's order to things. And Josh Norman, love him to death, great player, like you said, rep this, rep that, what the fuck ever. He's still a nutcase because he doesn't see the collection of
And
things.
we didn't
He's
get
too-
any of this
He's too
response from
individualized.
Jared Allen or from Peanut Tillman.
Exactly, good point.
From the people that have been around the league before.
And they say it's the best locker room they've been in, but now it's a dictatorship to you. Okay.
Jared Allen has been on
And
the
Bradbury's
Kansas City
gonna fit right
Chiefs.
into that.
He's been on the Minnesota Vikings. He's been on the Chicago Bears and on the Carolina Panthers. So you have a guy who's been on 4 separate NFL teams over I forget how long his career was, but he said that we had the most unified locker room. That means something, and I'm going to take his future Hall of Famer's word over Josh Norman's any day.
And Graham Gano said on Twitter that
You're saying Josh Norman isn't a future Hall of Famer?
you don't know that. That's hard to. You can't say
Yeah.
that yet. Well, one good season does.
Well, no.
shit.
You could, I'm not saying he's gonna. He's a Hall of
If he
Famer. I'm saying a
continues
future
to play
Hall
the
of
way
Famer.
that he does, then maybe. But I don't care. He's not a Panther.
If you had like
point
to
there.
get to 100%, he's like 20% there. Like, he's got a lot left.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's crazy. Whatever.
Well,
Happy trails to Norman.
With the military background, Rivera, he got some military guy doing
Admiral
something, right?
William McRaven, who led the raid on Osama bin Laden out
Osama.
there in 2011.
The Osama bin Laden raid where they actually killed him. That
Yeah,
one.
that
They
one.
made the movie about.
Sure did.
Okay.
Yeah, he calls him in, and he just gave
Does he
him a
wanna mix
very
it up with the other one?
impassioned speech. You're very loud when you interrupt us. Did you know that? Like you
I can't get in. You need some like conversational KY.
Jamaikas.
I'm not talking to him.
What about Admiral
We're gonna have to do like,
McRaven?
do you know,
We're gonna green screen him in.
do you know the like the
Right
Chinese
here.
fighting fish where you
Yeah.
put the divider up? We need a divider.
I'm still gonna hear what's going on
No,
on the
you're
other
not.
side of it.
But then it's just going to look like...
Anyways, he just brought him in, that he talked about military. He just got our guys pumped up because Rivera's worried about a Super Bowl hangover, as we all are. We don't want to be the team that made it and then sucks off balls all year long.
Right.
We want to go back there and beat ass and be right back in it. So Rivera's thinking outside the box. He's talked to Pete Carroll. He's talked to so many people. He's just reaching out to how to deal with this, his own mentality, and how to pass it along to our guys. I think it's genius and smart. Bring in the peanuts. Bring in the fucking admirals that kill stupid-ass terrorists. That's pretty cool. Makes our guys badass.
It was the culture that bred the team from last year, and why would you change anything about it?
Yep, I'm with that.
Exactly. I think
Community-driven. This is Jerry Richardson's type of team. This is what he wants. Ron and Gettleman, everybody else is doing everything they can to do that. We just have to execute. Catch some balls. We're going to win games.
The thing that is most important for the Carolina Panthers this year is continuity. They
Agreed.
need to pick up exactly where they left off. They are gaining pieces, but that attitude,
But
the mentality, the strategy, it's gotta remain the same because it worked so well last year.
Right.
So I'd be interested to see if the first 2 preseason games, I felt like the first team offense played the same way that they did last year. And yesterday I just didn't see that.
No.
And I'm curious to see how Ron Rivera answers the question of whether or not we're going to be able to continue the kind of play that we saw last year.
I mean, we were talking about how we feel Cam's ass should be starting in the Steeler game until he gets a touchdown. Like, period. Get your ass out there and show what we can do, and then sit down and be ready for Denver.
And then come back and sit down. Go out there and get a touchdown and come back.
That's it. And then, I don't know why, I just found this fun fact. I'm sure a lot of people already know that, but Cam Newton has been the most contacted quarterback each year since coming into the league in 2011. That's a fun fact for our rugged, non-breakable quarterback.
And everybody is constantly talking about, oh, he's going to eventually get hurt. He's been hit more than any other quarterback, and I can't remember a time that he was really injured on the field.
Right.
That car wreck.
Yeah, that car wreck took him out for a game.
It took a truck landing on him to put him out for a game.
Right. Well,
that dude, you see that?
Yeah, we are working out Dante.
Oh yeah, Whitner.
Yeah.
Dante Hittner from San Francisco, and then the Cleveland
3-time
Browns.
Pro Bowler.
Three-time Pro Bowler.
Pro Bowler.
Veteran. We need a Roman Harper type veteran
But-
experience out there.
What does that say about Trey
Raiders.
Boston?
He got blown up a lot yesterday. That's what it
And
says.
sure
the
did.
one thing that I did see with Trey yesterday, other than the missed coverage, was him coming in. I can't remember exactly when the play was, but he came in and tried to lay this guy out and completely
Missed.
whiffed
Yeah,
on a big hit.
Mhm.
Instead of wrapping up, he was going for the big hit, and it could have resulted in a big play.
Yeah.
Luckily, he had help over the top, but that was it was
Yeah, I
a
remember
scary
seeing him
play.
flying around the field last night. Not disciplined at all.
No.
So, maybe it's that veteran experience. Maybe it allows the team to switch up positions a little bit.
That would
And
mean we have 2 Pro Bowl safeties.
then that's not a bad thing. That seems pretty good to me.
At least we need some help rotationally.
And we're going to need to be patient, let these kids develop. Because as much as you want to keep the team the same way and have that continuity, we still have a different lineup, and they need to gel.
What better way to introduce 3 rookie cornerbacks into the league than by giving them 2 Pro Bowl safeties to help over top?
And 2 Pro Bowl linebackers.
Yeah.
And
they
Pro
were
line.
saying,
Yeah.
Man, our whole team's just so great.
Dude, Shaq's
We're gonna be
definitely-
fine. Yeah. Our
Exactly.
cornerbacks,
Exactly.
they don't have. I forget who was saying it. Our cornerbacks don't have to do as much as a lot of other teams because our linebackers can cover
And
such a large area.
We didn't game plan for yesterday, but you saw I would notice a lot of interesting blitz packages. We were blitzing TD and Luke, and up the middle. And we were blitzing Worley and Sanchez around the side. Like, we were doing all kinds of shit that is more creative than we typically have seen, more adventurous in the blitzing, saying it's almost a realization we have to get to the quarterback. And you saw it a lot of times where the coverage might not have been that great, but that pressure made an errant throw anyway. That's going to be our bread and butter this year to help those rookies along. They have to do it.
And Ely could get in a sack.
Yeah. And give it up for the O-line. They gave Cam tons of time.
Sucked in run blocking,
Phenomenal
but
time.
great in pass.
Right, exactly. Couldn't open
And
a lane,
fucking
save their life.
Michael Orr with his penalty every fucking
Although
drive.
Let's talk
Yep.
about the flags.
Every damn play.
Every fucking play. That had to be one of the most penalized games.
Big
in
Mike
Panthers
had
history.
2.
Oh my god.
We had
KB right off the bat had
Yeah.
the
How many flags did you
pass
get?
interference.
You got like 2 or 3 flags.
Oh, at
right?
least.
You got like 4 or 5.
just for bitching too much.
Yeah. It seemed like the game just took forever because it just kept stopping.
We came up with the idea, would you rather be
Like, what would you rather be doing?
fishing in a sewer for dinner or sitting through that game again?
Yeah, like we had a lot of them.
I'd probably sit through the game again.
Exactly. But then, would you rather go see a Kanye West concert or sit through that game?
Game.
Game, exactly. right. So, we try to find the balance. Like, what would you rather?
I would rather organize my sock drawer than go to the game.
See, that's something. You're getting something out of
I'd
that.
rather mow my lawn.
Oh, see, you're getting stuff
I'd
done.
probably go to work even and make money over that.
Yeah.
Anything.
I wouldn't pay $20 for
Literally
parking again.
Yeah, they paid $20 to park. They said that when we parked near Amos's and walked from fucking, and they said that was
That's
further.
farther.
That's what I said. These motherfucking Northerners
It was
don't
through the
understand
whole-
shit.
Through
They
the
don't
whole
understand
tailgating area, so the whole
So you
experience.
have to
of
deal
it.
with all the people blocking the sidewalks.
Yeah, the
and
traffic was
everything.
terrible on the way out too.
It was funny
Man.
walking around the cops. Everybody else all sheeped and herded in anywhere, and the 3 of us trucking like wherever we want to go.
We can't tell them where we park. That'll be bad.
It was open. We drove by there. It just what it is, what it
It
was.
was open, probably wide open.
I think we should do light rail one time.
I don't want to do it. Well, maybe, whatever. You know what we should do right
Get
now?
past all that.
Get to the jibba jabba,
Jibba jabba.
which we don't even know what it is.
I know what the jibba jab is
What's
because
the
he has
jibba
one
jab?
note, and I can read it from here. It's about the cuts.
That says game something.
It says game report. I don't know what cuts means,
What the
but
hell does game report mean?
no one knows.
yeah, who knows?
Cuts. The cuts are coming Tuesday. They're going to start firing people.
How do you know?
Because that's what happens in the
Did you read an
NFL.
internet article?
Yeah, me and Roger Goodell are fucking buddies.
I heard that it's Tuesday at 4:30.
And this is the one to 77 or 50,
It's 75.
75, whatever. All right.
75 to 50.
Do we think there will be any surprising cuts this round?
This is 75 to 53.
No,
No,
this
that's the
is,
seven-
this
this is the
is
75.
This is 90 to 75.
Right.
Any surprises you think coming, or just the regular old the guys?
Like, I don't even know who
Like,
these
I
guys are.
feel
by names.
awful because I was singing his praises earlier this year, but I think Kiaris Garrett is going to be a member of the first round of cuts. I thought that the guy that led the nation in receiving might be a better receiver. Who knew?
What were you thinking?
What was I thinking? Stupid me. But I think that that's probably going to be one of the bigger names. I'd have to imagine that Jeremy Cash is actually going to survive this round of cuts.
That's what I read.
It's just going to be kind of interesting. I don't think it's going to be anybody with a huge name, but once we get that 75 to 53, I think we're going to be surprised by a couple of them.
Dixon.
Yeah, you really
you think Dixon's going to be around to the first cut?
Man, why did we draft so many tight ends? We've never had. They ran out of chairs. In the tight
Where
end
was
room.
Scott Simonson?
He played
last
slightly.
night?
He
was in there, yeah.
I know that he played fullback.
I didn't see
a couple
Bo,
of
but
times.
apparently he was in there too, right?
Yeah, I mean, we drafted the dude. We brought in Deaver from Duke or wherever the hell he's
That's
from.
right.
We've got a lot. Like
I think he might be a first round cut.
And I'm wondering, what's going on behind Greg Olson and where he's at as far as his timetable.
Shut
Oh,
up,
Lord.
phone. No one's friends with you.
Boo.
Oh, fuck off, noisy.
Boo.
Anyway,
You ruined the integrity of
What
the
about you?
YouTube podcast with your phone.
What about- I don't really know, to be honest with you, because I feel like it's going to be the expecteds, the guys that, thanks for trying out, better luck next year type guys, unfortunately, and
Avius Capers,
Yeah, that.
perhaps.
See, that's what I mean. Like, now you're getting into the depths. Like, I don't know who the hell that is. And
so it's just going to
probably
be,
not.
it's going to be interesting to see. I think the next rounds will be juicier, and then we'll see.
Norwood. What are your opinions?
He's on the bubble for
I-
sure.
I think that he is going to survive this first round. I don't know that he'll be on this team. I think there's a possibility that we might be able to sneak him onto the practice squad, but part
Yeah.
of me thinks that if we even try to do that, somebody like the Patriots is going to come in and grab him,
Yeah.
as they did with Tyler Gaffney,
Who played
who we
last
saw last
Yeah,
night.
and Gaffney, looked pretty freaking awesome. I knew I remembered that name for something. Should have brought it up.
Yeah, we tried to put him on the practice squad.
That's
and the
right. I
Patriots
remember
picked
that,
him up.
and I actually remember yelling at my wife about that. And sure enough, she had a grand old time. We actually wasn't all that bad.
Yeah, it was just shit from the beginning, and you just had that feeling. It was one of those. You just knew, like, this is going to be one of those.
I don't think anybody at the game last night lost their job. Maybe Dixon because of that. Maybe Norwood.
I don't know. Dixon has had the kinds of plays that stand out in your memory, but you don't remember him being like a contributor on a week-in, week-out basis.
You also remember him being ranked by
Consistency.
PFF the worst blocking tight end in football.
There is that.
There is that when we don't want our quarterback dead.
Would you take Brandon Williams back to replace
I was just
Dixon?
thinking about him when you said that. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Because I know that Brandon Williams at least can throw a nice right hook.
And he's badass looking.
He's swole.
Yeah, swole bones.
He's swole.
I don't know. It is what it is. You know, good luck to everybody, you know. And I don't, you know, it's sad when you guys get cut. It is our guy still, you know.
Yeah,
Putting our
right.
heart and soul in it, trying to get a spot on a special team, because it's going to be a special team for years to come. So we're interested to see, and happy trails to those of you who don't make it.
I'd be surprised if Cam Newton gets cut.
I would be too.
That to me would surprise me.
It would take me aback a little.
It's like, hey, didn't see that coming.
Joe Webb's new starter. Joe Webb is bad.
Marcus Lane
He's the
replaces
preseason
Covenant.
MVP at quarterback.
Panthers have signed new starting quarterback Armonte Edwards.
That's what he's been doing. He's been playing CFL, sharpening up.
Get ready to come
Clausen.
back.
They've been doing a 1-2 punch. Clausen's also a receiver now.
They all live with Matt Moore.
What?
Yeah, Matt Moore's the coach.
Yes.
Well, it was kind of a shit day in Panther world yesterday, but at least
That.
we're working toward. We're back to work. We're gonna kick some ass.
we're positive.
We're gonna see D. Will in town. At least look at his pretty hair. That'll be cool. He'll probably run one play.
Probably.
Stupid Le'Veon Bell suspended 3 games, so at least D. Will will get some carries in.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I hope Luke lights him up.
Who, Le'Veon?
No.
Or D. Will?
D-Will.
So what's that game? It's Thursday, right?
Yep. September 1st, Thursday evening.
Bring on the first week of football. It's coming soon.
And then we'll be in Denver, reporting live week 1.
That's it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Me too.
Looking forward to the rest of the day. Gentlemen, Master Splinter, Jamaica's Plow 333, Los Pantera, signing out.
Keep pounding, fools.
Keep pounding.
Keep pounding.
Let's do better.